What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with another brand new review for Baddies Africa. Season 7, Episode 15. This episode was titled Scores to Settle. Now, before I go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me on this date, having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, guys, and also by sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and discuss Baddies Africa, shall we? All right, guys, so I know I did not do last week's episode of Baddies, and I apologize. It just got away from me. I took the notes for it, but I just ultimately didn't feel like doing it when I got ready to record the review. So I was like, you know what? This week is a wrap. I was irritated last week. I was annoyed last week, so I just said, F it. So we're here this week, and I'm late this week, but I felt like doing it this week. Now, this week's episode, it picked up where the last one left off. So we got a fight between Cold Killer and Summer. And me being honest with you guys, and y'all know I don't care for Summer, but honestly, neither one of them were, yeah, Cold Killer pushed Summer to the bushes. The one thing about Cold Killer that I will say makes me laugh is when she's like, usha, 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 usha. It's like, ma'am, what fight are you watching? What fight are you part of? Because you ain't doing all that usha, usha, usha stuff, right? Because you can't fight, but neither can Summer. So it's so funny to me because they're both delusional as hell. It's like neither one of y'all are doing the damage y'all think y'all are doing, but hey, if y'all want to believe that y'all are damaging each other, cool, knock yourselves out. They went 2 rounds. Again, if y'all feel like Summer won those 2 rounds, cool. If y'all feel like Killer won them, cool. I don't give a damn. But me personally, I don't think they did much of shit, right? So then LCK decides to chime in after the fight is broken up, and she says that anybody who doesn't like her can kiss her ass. And I was like, you know what, LCK, if you could fight, I would be here for that. But you can't fight, ma'am. Like, you like to bear hug a motherfucker. So Rolly asked her, who you saying can kiss your ass? And so she said, well, Rolly, if it applies to you, you can kiss my ass. I said, girl, why would you say that? Again, if you were a fighter, I would be here for you telling Rolly to kiss your ass, because y'all know I don't like Rolly. But if you could fight, and I thought that you could whoop Rolly's ass, then I'd be like, yeah, girl, tell Rolly to kiss your ass and tell her to challenge you. Here's a question that I will ask: has anybody on Baddies ever really beat Rolly? You know what? Yes, there is one person that's beat Rolly's ass, and that was Jayla, right? Jayla beat Rolly up. But Rolly says, okay, come down here. I was like, Elsie, if you are stupid enough to go where Rolly is, whatever she does to you, you brought it upon yourself, right? Now, Rolly pretended like she was going to kiss that girl's ass. I said, I know Rolly is lying to me. You're not going to sit here and kiss this girl's ass. So, out of nowhere, Rolly just whops and slaps the shit out of LCK. I said, like I told you, LC, you got what you got. Why did you go up? Like, I'm sorry, again, you're not a fighter, so why would you go up to Rolly after you told her to kiss your ass? Again, knowing you're not a fighter and that you can't fight. That's stupid. But whatever. So, Lex. Lex decides that she wants to call out Scotty, which I'm so confused about Lex doing this. I didn't get it. Like, I didn't get it in the last episode when she wanted to address Scotty. Like, it feels like Lex is picking at Scotty. For what reason, I don't know. And I don't really care. But Lex called out Scotty asking if Scotty has an issue with her. And Scotty said, I don't have an issue with you, but you brought my name up. And I was like, Lex, are you high? Are you drunk? because you literally did say her name first in the last episode with this stupid ass baddie shot o'clock game that Natalie has. It would be one thing, like, here's my thing when it comes to Lex, and I do like Lex, but I'm not a fan of Lex this season because I feel like Lex has attached herself to sinking ships, aka Summer and aka Dolly. If you guys feel a way about that, again, I don't give a damn how you feel. But my problem is, if you had called out Fauna, if you had called out Cole Killer, if you had called out K Regan, if you had called out Tavy or Tavi, whatever her name is, if you had called out any of those girls, I would have been like, okay, Lex, I get it. You done fought Tavy quite a few times and beat the shit out of her too, right? You done fought Fauna and beat Fauna's ass, right? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You even fought. Did you fight? You fought Cole Killer. I'll give you that. Like I would understand it more if you did that. You did fight Scotty this season, but you fought Scotty early in the season. You fought Scotty when y'all were in Cape Town. And after that, we ain't saw nothing hide nor hear of you saying anything to Scotty. So I don't get where this whole shit with Scotty came up from. I really don't. Y'all don't have to explain it because I don't give a damn, right? So we see as Lex and Scotty, they fight each other. I'm glad Lex knew, girl, that kick is coming from Scotty. She gonna kick you. She gonna karate kick you. She gonna kick you. If Scotty don't do nothing else, she gonna kick you. Now, what I will say though, Lex, however, you didn't just like. Actually, I don't even know if I would say. I'll agree with Lex because Lex said it later in the episode. It wasn't really a fight with her and Scotty. Let's just be real. It wasn't like a fight with her and Scotty. Because Lex can easily beat Scotty's ass. Let's just keep it a buck with each other, right? But what they were doing with each other, Scotty was hanging in there with Lex. I will give Scotty credit for that. She was hanging in there with Lex. You guys can disagree or agree. I don't give a fuck. Because even Natalie had to say Scotty has gotten better. Which I don't know how Scotty used to fight. But Scotty was trying to hang in there with Lex. But again, it wasn't really a fight at the same time, right? So out of nowhere, Tavy has something to say. I was like, Tavi, whatever your name is, ma'am. I just kind of want you to put it on mute. Like put the up to the shut. Please and thank you. But she wanted to dress Lex. I was like, ma'am, I'm going to give you an A for effort. Although Lex has been dog walking your ass, beating the brakes off your ass, right? I will give you an A for effort because you got heart and you don't back down to Lex. Even though Lex beats the fuck out of you, much like I said about Fauna, even though somebody got any feelings about what I said about Fauna, but much like I said about Fauna, I give kudos where kudos is due. Yeah, Lex can beat them up, but they're not backing down to Lex. They're not cowering to Lex. When Lex calls them out, they step up and fight Lex. They also sneak. They also sneak Lex. Fauna has snuck Lex, right? And they still fight her. If that's the whole problem thing that I give kudos for. They don't back down to her, right? But I was sitting here really looking at Tavi. I was like, girl, please calm down, boo, calm down. So then Diamond asked Choco, so I heard you had some beef with some of the girls. So who you got beef with? She said, no, I just got beef with you. I was like, Choco. Diamond is not a fighter. Well, Diamond can't fight. Diamond will fight. But Diamond's not the best fighter. That's why Ivory has to coach her when it comes to fighting. Choco. Each time that you have fought with Diamond, Diamond has tagged your ass. So they fight with each other again. And much like in previous fights, Diamond got the best of Choco. I'm like, Choco, baby. Now, you ain't gonna win every fight, you ain't gonna lose every fight. But in this particular instance, Choco, I really wish that you would just let it go like Elsa from Frozen. Like, let it go, girl. Let it go, because, my God, today, again, from what I ain't been watching Baddies as long as most people have, but the shit that I've saw when it comes to Diamond and Choco, mm mm, no ma'am, no ham, no Pam. Like no, Choco, just let it go. You're not gonna get like you ain't gonna get your lick back from Diamond, unfortunately. Maybe at the reunion, if y'all sneak her, if you catch, here's the thing, maybe you can get your lick back from Diamond if you catch her off guard at the reunion. Speaking of the reunion, does anybody know when the reunion is filming? Like, how many fucking episodes do we have of this season? Because we're already on episode 15, right? This is 15. How many more episodes are left of this damn season? Jesus! That be the problem with Baddies to me is when it comes to Baddies, there is no break with it. Now, granted, they have not announced where they're going next. I'm so happy about that. They have not announced where Baddies is going next, and that's a good thing for me, because that means that means that y'all are not going to immediately rush to, which they probably still will rush to production, because Baddies like, if I'm not mistaken, didn't this show film like a few weeks after the reunion? So some of these girls were still hurt from the reunion, and I think that's dumb too. Like, you know these girls are hurt, but okay, y'all want to do that. So then we see as Rican and Summer, they fought each other, right? And they went for 2 rounds. Much like I said with Cole Killer and Summer, I couldn't call it. I can't call it with. And here's the thing: the reason why I say I can't call these fights is because these are girls fighting each other that cannot fight. So you get a whole bunch of windmill. You get a whole bunch of windmilling, and not actual pop, like pop, 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 pop. You know, you're not getting hits. You getting, they swinging, like while they swinging like they're windmilling. So I can't really call it when it comes to Rican and Summer, because again, neither one of them can fight. So y'all can put in the comment section, hey, I feel that Summer won. Hey, I feel that Rican won. And let me say also, when it comes to Rican, I think Rican is funny, especially in her interview. She's funny, but I'm not like a big fan of Rican. I'm not saying I don't like Rican. I'm just saying I'm not a big fan of Rican. Like, whereas when it comes to Cole Killer and Fauna, I do like those two. Rican, I don't know how I feel about Rican, and we'll talk about Rican in a minute, because Rican did something that was so fucking nasty, and even though I don't like the person that she did it to, she deserved to get her ass fucking whooped for that shit. But we'll get to it in a minute. So then Lex and Tavi, they fought with each other. Tavi, again, I gave you kudos for not backing down to Lex, right? And I'm gonna stand on that. But please stop. Like, you gonna end up like Dolly. How Dolly was last season, battered and bruised. Oh God, because then you see her eyebrow is bleeding. Now, granted, she did. I think that's still that same wound that ain't had time to heal from the last time you fought with the girl. Y'all do know that, like, if you don't let things heal, you further injure yourself and cause more damage to your body. That's the stupid part about this dumbass show is these girls, even when it comes to Dolly, I may not be a big fan of Dolly, right? But I do care about Dolly's health and her life. And her health and her life are so much more important than this stupid ass show, right? Again, I may not be a fan of Dolly's, but I do care about her as a human being and a person. And the fact, like, her fucking hand is swollen. That's like, even like last season, I didn't understand why she, like, especially last season, why she kept fighting. Like, you're further injuring yourself. Your body, at that point, your body is going to go into a trauma response. That's why she had that fucking seizure. She said she's never had one before. You ain't never had one before because you've never injured your body the way that you're injuring it, and you keep causing more damage to your body and your nerves and all that stuff. Like, this show, like I said in the previous review, By the time these girls are in their late 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, early 40s, y'all probably gonna have fucking y'all gonna have rheumatoid arthritis. Y'all joints and bones are y'all ain't gonna be worth nothing because y'all are hurting yourselves for a paycheck, for the almighty dollar. And I know that from what I've heard, Zeus does pay good for these girls, but at what cost? Because I'm pretty sure y'all don't have life insurance or medical insurance. If Zeus provides that, then shit. Not just, please don't continue to do it. But if Zeus provides that stuff for you, then you might be good. But if Zeus, like, yeah, they might be paying you good money, but they're not paying you good money to take it. Like, again, your health, like, y'all gonna have age, like with football players, how their bodies are aged by the time they retire. They might be 40 when they retire, but their body is that of an 80 and 90-year-old person. That's gonna be these girls. But hey, they gonna take the money. They gonna take this money and feel like, oh, I got the money, so I can take care of it. Okay, live and learn. Moving on. Now, Dolly, let me talk about you real quick, cause you a lame ass duck. Because you keep saying this shit about Tavy Tabby that she looks like a man. Dolly, take off that wig with them cornrows and tell me how you look. Hello, Michael Myers. But okay, whatever. So then we see Fauna and Russian Cream arguing with each other, which I still don't know why they were arguing with each other. It was stupid. So then they argue with each other. So then K-Ree can come out wanting to fight with Russian Cream. I was like, what? Wait. Somebody please put a pin in this and make me understand what the fuck is going on here. Because I did not get it. I didn't understand it, but hey. So now, Rick, and this is the point where I said you nasty as fuck and you needed your ass whooped. You may not like a person, but to spit at them, spit on them, that is disgusting. That is disgusting. I wish that Russian Cream had fought her with that fucking cast and punched her in the fucking face. Because y'all do know a cast is hard, right? Y'all do know that they're hard as fuck. Because I had a cast on this arm once before, right? Because I actually still have a scar. I have a scar right here on my knuckle. Because I didn't break my wrist. I cracked my wrist. So I was in the 5th grade, and we were outside running around our track, and there was a stump that had failed that they did not. There was a tree stump that they left there for months. So I tripped. I was running. We had to jump over the tree stump. I jumped over it and tripped. My foot caught on it, and I put my hand out to break myself from falling. Still fell and cracked my wrist and had to have a cast on for like 6 months. So yeah, and it was hard. So yeah, I wish Russian Cream would have hit her with that fucking cast. So we see as the girls are getting ready to go to the club. Lex, you were on one. And for what reason, I don't know. But you were definitely on one. Because when Diamond's song came on, you were going hard. I mean, going hard as hell. And then you and Fauna got into it. I said, oh, fuck, not in the club. Not in the club. These girls just don't care what they fight at, do they? Like, they really don't give a fuck. But Natalie wants to be such a big boss. You know what, Natalie, girl? Do you. Do you, Natalie. But that's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next video. So this coming week, we will be back on schedule with Baddies. So I'm going to watch the episode probably on, like I typically watch it on Monday. And so you guys can get the reviews on Monday. So yeah, we're back on track this week, guys. But that is it. That is all. If I did leave anything out that you guys want to discuss in the video, leave it down in the comment section, you guys, and we'll discuss it there. But again, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Please wash your hands. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys later.